So the natural freshwater flow that Luke used to start up here in the north and go all the way to the Gulf of Mexico is kind of curtailed right here. So that is why there is so much. Oh, let me check my mouth for a minute. We got a little baby gator right over here hiding in the leaves. Actually, seeing a little better once you get past it because his head's behind the roof there. But look for the black and black.
Ah, das Wasser ist angenehm.
Ja, das gehört, was gesagt hat, das ist schon so ein nisches Wasser, das demnächst, wenn es nicht regnet, dann ist
Geht nichts mehr. Ja, wie Fish Eating Creek, gell?
Und da selbst da, ich bin gestern rübergefahren, vor 2 Wochen war das Wasser noch total hoch, jetzt ist es schon wieder runter. Das ist unglaublich, wie schnell das
Wenn es ein
geht.
bisschen regnet, kann man das vielleicht im Januar, Februar mal wieder machen, aber wenn kein Regen kommt, dann geht nichts.
Richtig.
Okay, let's go. Where's the baby? Right there.
If somebody's coming at you, then the likelihood of you reacting in a negative manner is much greater. So we are going to let the alligators dictate where they go, and we are going to float peacefully by them. This guy's going to be our trip leader for right now.
Weißt du, was mir aufgefallen ist?
Habe ich letztens zum Christoph gesagt und zum Philipp, dass wir das mal wieder machen sollten. Ja? Können wir jederzeit.
Ja?
Ich kann auch mal Nachmittag 2 Stunden. Von 3 bis 5 oder so. Also mal planen.
We are desperately wanting to have some rain in the first place. Over here on the right, this is the hardwood hummock area. Hardwood hummocks are basically islands in the Everglades. And this would have been prior to the Army Corps of Engineers sectioning up everything and making it A, inhabitable and B, farmable. The hardwood hummock was where all of the mammal activity you would find in the Everglades. So not only your bears and your panthers, but also raccoons, squirrels, rabbits, and humans as well. But yeah, this is always going to be above the water line, regardless of if you drive through it or distance between the eyeball to the nostril. That in inches translates to feet. So this guy right here is probably somewhere between 6 and 7 feet in length.
I see it.
So this is not typical alligator behavior by any means. When you go out in nature, if you were to take a kayak out just on any other river in the Everglades area, the alligator would see you, you'd see the alligator, and then it would go underwater and swim away. Because they are very timid creatures that have no interest in humans. But the alligators on this particular river are a little different because all of us tour companies, which there's 5 companies that do trips out here, have numerous boats out here every day. So the alligators have actually gotten acclimated to seeing people in kayaks and they're no longer scared of us. So that doesn't mean that they're a threat. It just means that instead of going underwater and hiding from us, we can actually take pictures and enjoy them for a bit longer. Over here on the right, you'll notice some purple flowers in bloom. Those are climbing aster. If you weren't aware, there are only 2 seasons here in Florida. Especially in the Everglades, they let them dry. So we have flowers all year long. Those blooms will probably be gone in another week or so, and then they'll be back in another month or so. The red berries that we're seeing are so pretty to look at. They are Brazilian pepper, which is in the same family as poison ivy. So they will cause a sticky rash if you pick them. If you just brush up against them, you don't have a whole lot to worry about. They're not, I'm pretty sensitive to poison ivy and poison oak myself, and I've definitely had them touch my skin and never suffered any ill effects, but if you pick them and crush the berries, that's when they become an issue. Anybody know what these guys up here are? Yes, Ibis, one of the easier white birds to tell apart because they got the long hooked beak and red teeth.
Nichts passiert.
Haben dich daran.
Alles gut.
Oh yeah, the mascot. There are so many people that come on this tour that have no idea that the university, that isn't a pilot. Everybody thinks it's a trainer. For what? A dog? Florida coming out of the river here. This is the Sable Palm in front of us. Of our journey today. As you can see up here, there are a lot of tree branches that go right in the middle. Some people find it easier to grab onto the actual trunks of the trees and hold themselves. Coming through there. This tree actually fell over summertime, so as the water level has gotten lower, They just made that cut in it had gotten to the point where I was having to get out of my boat and pull the hand in the car. Black and gold.
Oh, cool.
About a foot and a half off the water, maybe 2 feet.
I want to see that.
See it up there? Stretched out.
Ah.
So
Where is he?
he's kind of 8 feet over from the grass and about 2 feet up. You guys are going to run right into him if you keep that direction.
Why don't you do that and bring him back so I can see him?
Yeah, he's right to your right there.
Oh, I see it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like right there, on the other side of my town.
Oh, yeah.
It's black.
I totally do not see it.
It's really well camouflaged. It's almost like a black stick.
Yeah, the snakes out here, typically, if you're looking to find more snakes,
very hard to
look in the tree branches and the
Louise is gonna crawl in the
trees that are
paddle.
very close to the water. That's where they like to hang out during the day, that way they can absorb the sun, but yet be very camouflaged as they are there.
Gerade ausgestreckt, mit kleinen Streifen, aber sehr, sehr gut getan.
I can't see a thing. Hang on. I'm gonna get closer because I like to see a snake.
It's very small. It's not like a.
Ja. Von hier sieht man sehr gut.
Huh? Siehst du wieder?
Ja, ich sehe ihn. Direkt auf dem obersten Ast, ne?
Was? Wo? Ich sehe es immer noch nicht.
Thomas, komm mal hier zurück. Von hier sieht man besser als von vorne.
Nee, warte mal.
Ein bisschen zurück.
Ja, es liegt direkt über einem grünen Baum.
Jetzt beißt dich gleich in die Nase.
Siehst du?
Nee. Ah, jetzt, endlich. Ja, ist er. Okay. Cool. Tiny.
Genau,
Jetzt.
ja. It's not like a python.
Jetzt ein Regenwurm.
Windschleiche.
Let's find a python.
Huh?
Very different from the hardwood hummock area as opposed to other parts of the Everglades. The trees are a lot larger here. You see a lot more of the cypress, you see palm, maple, bigger trees because there's more of an abundance of soil. The Everglades is known for a lack of soil. There's a lot of limestone underneath the very shallow soil, and so it makes it hard for plants to grow very tall unless there are these hummock areas. This guy over here on our left, this is a bald cypress tree. There's
Looks
not a
like it
whole
is
lot
here
of
to
this
me.
old growth cypress anymore. This one's estimated to be somewhere around 100 years old. It may sound like an old tree, but cypress trees are known to get up to 1,000 years old.
He's a teenager.
Yeah, it's a teen. If you look down here at the great blue heron flying off there. But these cone structures that are sticking out of the water here, these are called cypress knees. Just like we've got knees, the tree has knees, and that's the support system. Most people, when you think about a tree, you think about roots that go down deep in the ground. The cypress tree actually has a broad root structure. So these knees kind of spider web out around it. And as the tree grows, the knees will also grow. They'll get wider around as well as taller. A little bit later in the tour, we're going to see a tree that you can compare to this one, and I'll let you guess at how old it is just by the little facts that I've given you so far. Oh, we got a bunch
Very-
of gar over here on the
Very
left,
chill.
which are pointy-faced fish that you're seeing beneath the water. Anybody familiar with what the fuzzy gray stuff that's hanging from the trees is around here?
Spanish moss.
Very good.
It's neither Spanish nor moss.
Not Spanish and not a moss. Yes, you are up on the game there. It is actually an epiphyte and it's indigenous to North America. A little fun fact about Spanish moss. Henry Ford had a house here in Fort Myers, if you weren't aware. And when he was alive, he was fascinated with Spanish moss because he wanted to find a way to utilize it in his automobile since it was so abundant down here. He decided he was going to stuff the seat cushions of his automobiles with Spanish moss. Well, that didn't last long because he was unaware that Spanish moss was a very live plant. He thought it was dead hanging from the trees. And pretty soon, it started growing out of the seat cushions, into the floorboards, out of the ceiling. So, if you talk to the right people, they will tell you that Spanish moss was responsible for the first automobile recall. Wow, 2 of them. Wow.
Great blue.
Nice.
Yes.
What are you telling us?
Get out of here. That's what he's saying.
I think he asked for food.
Great blue heron there, that is one of the biggest predators of baby alligators out here. As I mentioned earlier, if it's bigger than a baby alligator, it's probably going to snack on a baby alligator. And those guys right there will eat baby alligators up to about 1.5 feet, almost 2 feet long.
Oh wow.
It's going to go beyond that. That's the other way around, right?
Well, no, actually about 6 foot is when an alligator would probably entertain the idea of a great blue heron as a meal. Ideal meals for alligators is something that they can take down in a couple bites. So whatever size it is, it wants something that's not too chewy. Because the way a gator's jaws work, very powerful when they close, very weak when they open. So chewing, not really one of their strong suits. So if they do get something larger, like a great blue heron or a deer or something, what they'll do is they'll store it someplace, let it rot. So a lot of people say that the gator is a connoisseur. They like their dry-aged steaks and such.
Water's very clear here.
If you fall out, just stand up.
Ja. Darum habe ich auch keine Weste an. Da passiert nichts. It's what? Yeah. It takes everything. It takes 360 degrees. Monster the Lock.
I feel like our last trip we did
Last trip was Loxahatchee. There are no birds. Fish Eating Creek? Depends on the time of the year and everything, but yeah, there's a lot of birds here.
I want to do another overnight fish eating.
What's that? Was it a bird?
Yeah, that's a
Oh, yeah.
green heron.
Is that a green heron?
It's a green heron, yes. They can stretch their neck very long. Like
A green herring,
it's long.
right? Green herring.
Green herring.
Yeah.
And they say they don't like to get their feet wet because they stay above the water on the branch, but then their neck is so long they can still get to the fish.
Oh yeah. Another heron.
Oh, yep, I see him up there now. Yep. Yeah, that's another heron.
Did you guys see the green heron?
Yeah.
Back there, the little one?
No, no. It was over there in the bush.
There was a green heron.
Yeah, the green heron.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine.
Ich wusste gar nicht, dass die gibt.
Ja, ja.
Blue und Grey, oder?
Blue, Great Blue sind die, der
Ja.
hier, ne? Und dann hast du die White Herons und dann hast du auch die Green Herons, die kleinen.
Green wusste ich nicht. Again what learned.
Dann hast du die Little Blue Herons und die Tricolored.
Super shy, you don't always
Und die Green Herons werden nie größer?
Nee,
So the green herons, another interesting little fact about the green herons is because they have their short legs instead of long legs and they don't wade, they have a very will take a twig or an insect, throw it in the water, wait for the fish to come and investigate, and that's how they invade. So very smart. But yeah, we've been seeing quite a few green heron out here. They are typically very shy, but we get to see them out here a lot because they, just like the alligators, have become kind of accustomed to.
I mean, this one was kind of hiding in the bushes.
ja.
But they don't really look like the Green Herons. I mean, do they just share the name?
Like a girl peeing, you know.
They have other attributes. There's lots of different herons out here. You may have heard of egrets too. All egrets are herons, but not all herons are egrets. So, you know, if you say great white heron, that is actually a great white egret, but you would be right in calling it a heron as well because it's, yeah, not all of them are. Oh, we got a little turtle peeking out over here on the left. Hey, in the water here.
Kannst du dein Phone getrost rausnehmen, Paul? Ja. Wir fahren ja hier wie in Miami im Regen. Du kannst eigentlich da vorne am Launch einmal anschieben und dann brauchst du gar nicht mehr paddeln.
Genau.
What, there's a mama gator?
Yeah, mama's right over here on the bank.
Ah, okay.
You see one? Yep. He's down there close to the water. The one that's curling upwards, look back almost right to the water right there.
Now, how did you know that they're there? Because they're always there?
They have been pretty frequently back here
Okay.
over the past week. The mother gators are very habitual. So when it comes to where they go, after they lay their first clutch of eggs, they will return to that area and continue to nest there year after year for all of their lives.
I'm surprised she goes so far from her babies.
Well, after the eggs hatch, the mothers usually are more of a tough love relationship.
Okay.
Because baby alligators have about a 10% chance of making it to adulthood.
So they don't want to get too attached.
So yeah, exactly. If you don't figure it out on your own, sorry about your luck.
Did you see any? Yeah, but I'm waiting for my turn. A lot of boats.
They sit on three on top of each other.
they're trying to keep warm.
See them, Gabby? So there's one, but as you go here, there's one sitting on top of each other.
Where? All the way in the back?
Yeah, you see, yeah, they're in the back up there. You see them? Three of them.
Like sitting on top of each other like a stack.
Hi, hello. Oops, sorry. I don't see them. Where are they? I'm so blind.
I'm like right in front of my
Oh, they're that little. Now I see them.
Yeah, they're really little.
I was looking for a little bigger one.
Super small.
Yeah. Just hatched. That is very cute. That's worth a separate picture.
Yeah, and there's another one on this one, a little bigger.
What? They want what? Yeah, now they went away. Too bad. Da saßen 3 kleine aufeinander, aber jetzt sind 2 ins Wasser gesprungen. Jetzt sitzt nur noch einer da. Ich habe leider kein Foto bekommen, aber ein paar andere haben eins, glaube ich. Ein Stapel Alligatoren. Das ist auch was Neues. Oop, Mama's gone. I wonder where she is. Sitting in the nest. Cool.
We got a white bird over here. We didn't tell yet. This is actually a juvenile little blue.
What kind of bird did you put?
Osprey.
Was ist ein Osprey auf Deutsch?
Fischadler.
Ach so, Fischadler. Ich dachte, es waren Falke.
You might say, well, Ryan, he's white. Why is he white? Because he is a juvenile.
Stimmt, ja. Macht
They
Sinn.
be about 2 years old. They have white plumage, and then it will become the very pretty blue color.
Fischadler. Ganz cool.
Der Braunigel ist der Weißkopfseeadler.
Die gibt es hier auch, oder?
Ja. Aber seltener hier unten. Bei uns heutzutage oder
Mehr?
sehr, sehr viele.
Gibt es mittlerweile auch in Deutschland wieder. Als ich ein Kind war, waren die fast ausgerottet.
Ja.
Also der Adler, das war so wie ein Lottogewinn,
Genau.
wenn du den Adler siehst. Haben wir immer Diskussionen mit Kumpels, weil es gibt ja auch wieder Wölfe und Bären und so, und die finden das alle furchtbar schlecht. Und ich denke, das ist doch eigentlich ein Zeichen, dass was richtig gemacht wird, wenn sowas zurückkommt. Aber
Das Problem ist halt, wenn du diese Kulturlandschaften hast, mit eben
ja, aber ich denke, natürlich, wenn es dein Kind ist, das da angegriffen wird, denkst du wahrscheinlich anders, aber theoretisch,
jeder Staat halt für das Vieh. Ziegen, Schafe. Und es ist natürlich wie hier, dass die Tiere lernen, eben, wenn das ein einfacher Boot ist, dann kommen die wieder zurück.
Ja, klar.
Das ist leider instinktiv.
Ja, aber trotzdem, du kannst ja nicht alles, was theoretisch gefährlich sein kann, ausrotten, nur damit du kein Problem hast. Ja, also, ich finde es gut, dass es wieder gibt. Früher gab es es nicht. Genauso wie in Western und sowas, wo die in die Everglades bauen und sich dann beschweren, weil sie einen Gator im Garten haben. Naja,
Genau. Ja.
ist ja klar. That's kind of pretty here. Even though so far nothing beats Fish Eating Creek, I think. Ich finde es so toll, wenn du so zwischen den Bäumen durchfährst und so. Das ist echt schön. Wo geht der Turner River? Geht natürlich hier ins Meer oder in die Bay.
Richtig, genau.
Aber wo kommt der her?
Der fängt hier oben an.
Ach so.
Also der geht irgendwie ins Sawgrass rein sozusagen, natürlich in die Bäume. Das ist praktisch der Ausfluss.
Okay.
So wie früher auch der Miami River und New River, das waren ja praktisch so die den Bruch in dem Kurs, in dem Bridge. Ja. Das heißt, dann bilden sich halt Flüsse. Was ein bisschen einfacher ist als Tagestour ist dieser Halfway Creek. Der ist ein bisschen kürzer, den kann man dann einmal komplett
Okay.
machen. Der ist ein bisschen weiter westlich, deswegen ist er kürzer.
Ja, weil hier nach Everglades City sind 7-8 Meilen, denke ich. Das ist
Das ist schon
schon,
eine Tagestour.
das ist dann schon ein bisschen Paddlerei, ja.
Ja.
Vor allen Dingen mit der Geschwindigkeit
Ja, das ist eben, genau, als Tour.
kommst du nicht an. Hey Oliver, wie geht's denn der Baustelle?
Gut?
Fertig oder?
Noch nicht ganz, Küche aufstellen im Moment.
Okay. Und dann kann man dich wieder beim Stammtisch erwarten.
War jetzt relativ viel unterwegs, also das war nicht der Grund.
Ach so, war nicht die Baustelle, war Arbeit.
Ja, müssen wir wieder reisen.
Andere Baustelle.
Wo ist denn der nächste Stammtisch? Sind wir in City hier?
Everglades City, heute Mittag. Richtig südlich. Du, wir können ein kleines Treffen bei Fritz und Franz machen diesen Monat, wenn ihr wollt.
Ja.
Weil es ist ja eh keiner da und müssen wir halt früher machen, also nicht über die Feiertage.
Ja. Also wir 23. Ja, Deutschland. Ihr auch, oder?
Nee. Wir bleiben hier, Lenders Bruder ist hier.
Ah, okay. Also alles vor dem 23. ist okay bei mir. Ja?
Sebastian fliegt nach Mexiko, habe ich gerade erfahren, das wusste ich gar nicht.
Wer?
Sebastian.
Oh.
Der wird immer eingeladen ständig irgendwo.
Oh, schön.
Female Anahinga that just flew off. You can tell the difference between the males and the females because the females have a lighter color neck and chest.
I thought they're louder.
What is the rafter up on top here? What is
Where?
up there, the rafter? What is that?
Oh, that's the osprey up there.
Wir haben doch eine andere.
The white is the partner of the one that we saw out there. There were quite a few osprey out here.
From that far, how can you even tell?
Die Osprey haben eine andere, die haben eine M-förmige Flügelform.
Keine Ahnung, ich kann dir nur sagen, dass es ein Vogel ist.
Ja. Ich habe mein Guide nicht dabei.
Mehr sehe ich von aus der Entfernung eh nicht. It's for sure a bird. See you later, alligator.
This is a little blue heron.
Wo? Ah, da, okay.
A friend of mine almost lost her eye from a big blue heron because it was caught in a fishing line. She was trying to help it,
And it
and it
poked at her.
had to be really careful. And there's an alligator back in there too. I saw the back.
Oh yeah.
See him?
Yeah, I see. Just a tiny little piece. Yeah, right in there.
Thomas, hast du schon mal die Nachts-Fahrradtour gemacht in Kayak?
Nee. Ja?
Ja.
Ich wusste gar nicht, dass das geht.
Ja, du darfst halt nicht, also mit dem Auto musst du draußen bleiben, aber mit dem Fuß mit dem Fahrrad kannst du rein. Bei Vollmond brauchst du keine Taschenlampe oder so, das ist zu hell.
Das ist bestimmt ganz cool.
Ja. Shark Valley, ja. Das ist Paul erzählt hat. Nachts nichts. Also wenn du alleine rausgehst, musst du nachts mitbringen. Aber tagsüber kannst du fahren allein. Ist eher ein bisschen, naja, rustikaler.
Ja.
Hollands Fahrrad. Aber man kann auch fahren.
Hat so 40 Kilo ungefähr.
Genau. Aber es ist ganz cool, wenn man das Tag wie heute ist es schön. 15 Meilen.
Du, wir haben das schon mit dem Fahrrad gemacht, aber wenn zum Beispiel eine Oma dabei ist oder so, dann fährst du mit der Tram rum, ist auch ganz nett.
Ja genau, mit der Tram kann man sich auch fahren.
Last year we were getting rain pretty much on a weekly basis out here. It was not ideal, especially for fun tours out here. People shivering and wet is not.
And this is perfect.
Ja. Nicht zu warm, nicht zu kalt.
Und keine Wolke im Himmel.
I think I've seen one out here in the 3 years I've been doing it. They're not common over in this area. The reason they get that very vibrant color is because they need a lot of golden drip. So yeah,
Flamingos, what are we talking about?
Muss Flamingo sein, ja?
Nee, Roseate Spoonbills.
Bei Flamingo habe ich glaube ich noch nie irgendwo wild gesehen. Die gibt es gar nicht in der Wildnis, die gibt es nur im Tierpark, glaube ich.
Doch, es gibt welche, das ist die große Diskussion seit Jahrzehnten, ob es einheimische Arten gibt, weil die eben so selten sind, aber sie kommen vor. Also auch in Keys habe ich sie schon mal gesehen.
Aber wo kommen die sonst her, wenn nicht einheimisch?
Bahamas.
Ah, really?
Ja. Und dann in Karibik und verschiedene andere Inseln, Aruba oder in
Jamaica, oh, I wanna take her.
ja. Aber es gibt, also die haben genetisch jetzt wohl welche gefunden, die sie getestet haben. Der Paul, der bleibt zurück.
Ja, das macht er aber mit Absicht, denke ich. Also wird schon passen. Er hat die Schnauze voll von uns.
Wenn wir die alten Säcke her.
Tja. Drüber. Jamaica.
Ja, als ich 25 Jahre nach Miami gezogen bin, habe ich immer bei Shark Valley volunteert. Da Volunteer Ranger.
Aha.
Und da musste ich immer die Leute einsammeln, die halt beim Fahrradfahren dann zu müde geworden sind.
Oh je.
Das war,
Mit was sammelst du die ein?
naja, die mussten auch psychologisch wieder aufbauen.
Ach so.
Die halt auf den letzten 5 Kilometern.
Ach so, du nicht irgendwie mit dem Auto zurückfahren.
Nee. Meistens hast du halt Vater, 2 Kinder, Mutter gehabt. Ne? Der Vater und die Kinder sind vorne weg und die Mutter ist hinten im Gegenwind. Irgendwann hat sie keinen Bock mehr gehabt. Ne? Und dann musst du halt daneben den herfahren und dich halt dann irgendwie unterhalten, dass du halt vergessen, dass du 5 Kilometer fahren musst.
You can do it.
Ja.
Da wäre ich genau der Richtige dafür. Ich habe so viel Geduld für sowas. Ich würde das ganz einfach regeln. Du kannst jetzt entweder weiterfahren oder hier schlafen. Überlegst dir, ciao. Hier hast du ein Kissen.
Yes, river of grass, exactly.
Abbaubars sind die manchmal gegeben. Wenn die nicht geschätzt haben, wenn es zu heiß ist oder so, dann nichts zu essen dabei.
Ja gut, was zu
gehabt.
trinken kann wirklich ein Problem sein, ja. Wenn du das im Sommer machst.
Mir geht es ja auch darum, was ich will nicht, dass Leute nach Hause fahren und sagen, ich habe eine Scheißzeit. Es ist halt, die waren halt nicht richtig vorbereitet oder haben es überschätzt und dann sagt man, aber gut, wenn ich denen helfen kann, sagen, die können nach Hause fahren und sagen, hey, es war tough, ich hab's, ne? Aber die ist eine positive Erinnerung, die mitnehmen.
Das ist richtig, ja. Ja, viele, also gerade erst wieder erlebt, viele Touristen sind enttäuscht von den Everglades, wenn sie das erste Mal gehen, weil bei uns ist es echt ein bisschen langweilig, dieses ganze nur Gras. Ist cool, das Wildlife, wenn dir das gefällt, aber die Gegend ist langweilig. Ich mag es hier viel lieber, Big Cypress, ja.
So, we got 1,000. Anybody else want to guess as far as how old this particular cypress is? What did you say? 2,000? 2,500. I got 1,000. I got 500.
1900.
How much?
1900.
1,900. Okay.
That's what it looks like.
500 takes the cake. That is what they estimate this tree to be at. So, yeah, the fact that
Where's
this
the cake?
tree is missing the top is a big indicator that there was a very substantial storm that ripped the whole top off this tree. And that sort of a storm to have been that intense in this particular area hasn't been documented. So obviously it goes back further than when we've been dating storms and paying attention to the weather. So 500 is what the Park Service has told us they assume this tree is. But yes, these big old knees here go to this big tree here. But yeah, this little area back in here, if you proceeded past the knees, you would eventually get back there into a gator hole. So the alligator is known as the architect of the Everglades because they do a lot of rearranging out here. And what they'll do is they will burrow down into the muck prior to the dry season. So in the wet season, they'll think ahead and they'll make a big pond type area on the bottom of the river. That way when things start drying up, they can retreat back to their gator hole. Well, not only do the gators go to the gator hole, but also other creatures like your fish, snakes, other water life, and other mammals and stuff that need water will go there to partake. So not only has the alligator made himself a home, but also he has a little grocery store too, because all of these little creatures are something that an alligator would definitely snack on. Good. Any questions so far?
Nope.
All right. Well, we're going to kind of reverse out of here, and then we'll come out the little channel, take a left, and see what else is going on back there in that hole.
Oliver, angefahren.
Ah ja, ja. Also in der Schule hat man einen, der hat ein Dach gehabt, der war ein Wettrennen gemacht gegen einen Forscher, aber im Rückwärtsgang. Der Dach hat gewonnen. Die waren irgendwie so vom Getriebe her geschaltet, dass die
Rückwärts schnell gefahren sind.
Ich wusste gar nicht, dass die holländisch waren.
Ja.
Okay.
Was ist das?
DAF.
Kenne ich gar
Das ist
nicht.
mit Dutch Auto Fabriken.
Ach, DHF, die gab es ja. Das ist ja. Gibt's ja schon ewig nicht mehr,
Nee, ich glaube, die wurden dann von Simca aufgekauft und dann irgendwann sind die
Simca
aufgegangen.
hatten wir, als ich ganz klein war. Ich weiß auch, das war eine Schrottkiste, der war immer kaputt.
Ist dann, glaube ich, ein Peugeot aufgegangen und das ist jetzt was Peugeot mit PSA, glaube ich. Ne?
Keine Ahnung.
Die Konzerne sind ja alle.
Aber
Die legen jetzt den Renault 5 auch wieder auf, ne? Neu.
Echt?
Ja.
ich weiß, eine Freundin von mir hatte eine Ente. Da waren wir mal zu 5 drin, dann ging es ein bisschen bergauf.
Ja.
Wir dachten echt, wir müssen jetzt aufsteigen und schieben. Das Ding, also es hat ja nur, keine Ahnung, 18 PS oder so.
Genau.
18?
Irgend sowas, ja.
Und du weißt,
Also es ist ein Rasenmäher.
Ja? Du weißt, du kannst die nicht umkippen. Die kannst du im Vollgas in die Kurve gehen, einschlagen, kannst du nicht umkippen.
Also die besteht den Elchtest.
Ja.
Windy.
Den haben wir mal eine Ente verkauft. Die stand
So
immer
yeah,
auf der
the
Ecke von-
turtles that we typically see out here, we got two different varieties that look almost identical from the top. There are the red belly cooters and the yellow belly sliders. You can tell them apart by their underbellies. The yellow are yellow and the red belly are more of an orangish red.
No snapping turtles out here?
Not snapping turtles. We do have soft shell turtles, and those can be pretty aggressive sometimes. But as far as actual snapping turtles, never seen any in this section of the river. No, I don't think so. All this material down on the bottom of
Oliver, wenn wir das Paddleboard mitbringen, können wir hier auch alleine fahren. Eine Angel mitbringen.
Ja, aber Fische habe ich keine gesehen bisher unten, ne?
Er hat gesagt gar vorher.
I wouldn't like to try.
Aber
Manchmal hier
ansonsten,
unten durchflitzen, ne?
also ich habe nicht viel ins Wasser geschaut, aber es sind bestimmt Fische da.
Hast du ein Paddleboard, Tom?
Ja,
Ein aufblasbares oder?
nee, wir haben Fixes.
Okay.
Wir hatten früher 2 aufblasbare, die sind kaputt gegangen, dann haben wir 2 Fixe gekauft.
Yeah, today's actually been really good.
Ich hatte mal einen Kajak, aber das war mir dann
as far
zu,
as animal sightings, this is definitely one of the better ones I've had.
zu aufwendig immer. Ich konnte das kaum allein aufs Auto laden und so. Paddleboard kriege ich alleine drauf.
We're
Ja.
out here to sea are cold-blooded, so if you don't have sunshine and warmth, then they're going to stay underwater.
Was ich ganz gut finde, es gibt Paddleboards, die du zum Ruderboot bauen kannst. Die haben einen Sitz und zwei.
Ja, ja. Oder Kajaks mit einem kleinen Elektromotor, das ist auch cool.
genau.
Kommst halt weiter. Ne?
Die musst du aber zulassen. Ne?
Was?
Die musst du registrieren lassen. Musst du
Echt?
Registration Number, ja.
Weiß ich nicht.
Ja, doch.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Well, and that's another thing on the other side of the river. You know, the lower the water gets,
Oh, feels good.
there are some big gators on the other side, and so later on in the season, it gets to the point where it's more of a safety concern because if you've got inexperienced paddlers, I've taken some groups out where I've actually had to put my boat in front of gators because these people are so bad at paddling that they're bouncing off. You know, it's like a pinball.
Off the gators. That's funny.
I'm not going to take a chance on somebody from Nebraska running into an alligator and getting attacked. So that was actually. Well, most
Even though nobody would ever know if one person is missing in Nebraska. Population 9, population 8, who cares?
This river has several mothers that have young. And my first season, actually, I was in a situation where I had a group of very inexperienced paddlers. And I put my boat in front of this mother and her babies. And she started off facing away from me. And as I kept on getting smashed in the side and closer to her, she eventually whipped around and started hissing. And if a gator's hissing at you, if you don't know this, that's when it's time to make your exit. So fortunately, everybody had gotten past at that point. That was the only time I've ever been out here and there's actually been a negative interaction with an alligator.
That's only happened to me once, and that was on Loop Road.
Oh.
I approached a mom too close, I guess.
On a bike or?
An alligator
No,
has
on
a
foot, by foot.
by humans, they're pretty much oblivious to our, we're just another thing out here that they are not
a lot. There was like almost 50 of them, right? Last time we went to
Oh, no.
Oh, they were a
Fish
lot.
eating, there's probably hundreds. I mean, you don't see them all.
One like jumped right in.
But they go, yeah, they go right in the water. It's kind of freaky when you see a big gator on the bank and then it goes right in the water, right in front of you, and you know that thing is under you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, you can see how shallow it is here.
Yeah.
And
And super clear, you can see him here.
Yeah, in the narrow,
Oh, there's a door.
sections of the river, you'll come around a corner sometime and there's a gator staring you right in the eye.
Fish.
And the only thing for it to do is go underwater and let your boat pass over top of it.
Oh, we did crystal kayaking where you can see through the kayak and manatee went underneath.
Oh, very cool. That's Crystal River, right? Oh, okay.
Crystal River, swimming with the manatees is fun.
Yeah.
But you have to do it when it's cold. That's the part that's not fun.
Oh, really?
We did it in February. It was like 48 degrees outside, and you get in the water. Yeah, but we don't swim in Germany in the winter.
When he didn't have a choice to say no.
He was like 7, I think, but he liked it.
Well, they give you a wetsuit, right?
They give you a wetsuit, but you have to pee in it a lot to keep it warm.
But he loved it, right?
Yes. He was freaked out when we saw the first manatee. So were all of us, because it's super murky water, and all of a sudden there's this truck in front of you. But then once you get used to it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, my wife and I, we went to Blue Springs, which is another spot. That
We've been there too.
Yeah.
Super nice there too.
We went out and we were under the impression, it was a windy day, so the water was kind of churned up, and we'd been told, oh yeah, there's manatees everywhere. You're going to see tons of manatees. And we get out there and it's like, don't see any manatees, don't see any manatees. So I go off and she's taking a picture of me in this whole area with a bunch of lily pads. All of a sudden behind me, there's this big commotion, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be a gator or something. And she saw it was a manatee that had breached. And then after that point, it was just like you couldn't stop seeing manatees. They were just like all over the place.
Where is that?
Blue Springs. Yeah. It's, I think it's north of, or no, it's south of Miami.
Orange
Miami of Orlando.
Orange City, right? I think.
Yeah.
Remember, Linda, when this is when we took Sebastian to Disney, and he was so scared that we said, "Screw it, let's get out of here and do something else." And we ended at Blue Springs.
We're like the only family that didn't have to spend a fortune on Disney because both kids hated it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
No, Alex has never been.
How lucky for you.
And they couldn't even.
They didn't like the crowd of people. They didn't like anything.
You should probably do like YouTube videos and like tell other parents how you brought your kids up. Probably make a lot of money.
There's a baby gator. Well, baby-ish.
So yeah, gators are also cannibalistic. So you know, somebody that size right there, if there's a hungry gator swimming by, that'd still be a snack-sized gator.
Is this brackish here, or is it
No,
fresh?
good question. This is all collected rainwater. This is all
All
sweet
fresh?
water. When you get to the mangrove tunnels, that's essentially where you can assume that the water has turned brackish. When it comes to brackish water, a lot of times you can't, like if you were to taste the water, you wouldn't recognize that there was salt in the water. But when you see mangrove trees in abundance, they are trees that are salt tolerant. So obviously they're there for a reason. And the other stuff isn't.
So no crocs here.
No, crocs are definitely something you can find in the Everglades. As far as the numbers, when it comes to alligators, there are hundreds of thousands of alligators.
Yeah, and
out
crocs
here.
like 1,000, right?
Yeah, there's a few thousand.
But you see them, I've seen them in Flamingo. There's a resident one that's always there.
Yeah, that's down there by the dock. There are some crocodiles on the Turner River. Actually, my wife, I think it was 2 years ago, she took a group all the way down to Chokoloskee, which is a private tour. Oh, we got a gator over here on the left. Don't get too close to the grass.
We saw a croc 2 weeks ago in a river in Miami. Little one, like the size of this guy, but
Yep.
I know it's salt there, so it must be a croc, right? It's not a gator.
You
I
know,
couldn't get a good look, but I'm like, it must be a croc because gators don't go in there.
alligators can be found in saltwater occasionally. It's not that they
But
can't
rare.
live there. It's just it irritates them, so they're not going to hang out there for very long. But yeah, more often than not, if it's
But also
saltwater, it's
around
gonna be a
Miami, the
crocodile.
only time we see something, it's usually a croc.
Yeah.
It's rare, but... Is that a bird or is that baby alligator?
That is definitely a green heron making all that noise back
Oh yeah? So in the bushes.
It looks like the gator like makes like a bed, like he.
Yeah, I call that the throne room because in the springtime, that's where there's one bull gator that likes to make that his spot back here. But yeah, that little patch right there, you can definitely tell where gators like to hang out because it'll be quite beat down and.
Oliver, I think you're gonna be going home alone, huh?
Where's Paul?
He's over there by the. Probably got his eye on a turtle or a gator over there. So we're gonna come back over here in the shade, and I got water and a snack for everybody. We'll take a little break over here.
Yeah, because it's been a strenuous pedal so far.
It has. I mean, I've been gone. I don't know what this is all about, but this
Got the
is
six pack.
unbelievable.
But if you wanted to go all the way to Everglades City, that's quite a hike, no?
So if you take this river all the way down, it's about 9 miles from where we launched to get to Chokoloskee. Everglades City would be a little bit longer. 'Cause you'd have
Even
to-
longer, yeah. And
Yeah.
9 miles, I mean, that's like 5 hours, 6 hours.
Well, depending on the
Current.
tide, because I've done it in just over 3 hours, and it's also taken me up to 6 hours.
Yeah, okay.
So depending on if you've got it with you or against you, can really change the course of your day.
Yeah. 3 is fine, 6 gets a little.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing tours?
This is my 3rd season here.
Oh, okay.
We got started back in 2001, 2021.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But yeah, we were in 2019, my wife and I, which she's over there in the green hat. Hi, wife. But we this job, and so completely different career path. I'd been in food and bev, and she was in retail up until that point in time.
What do you do in the summer then when you couldn't offer tours, right?
So summertime, we leave here. Last year we started in Bar Harbor, Maine, and we're going back again this year.
Okay.
But sea kayaking is kind of what we've been getting into, and this has been fun. But we'll probably start taking our winters off and doing the sea kayaking. Bar Harbor this year, and then maybe Alaska the next year.
Cool.
Yeah, Bar Harbor's a really cool town to spend the summer in. There you go, paddle service for you. I'll have to get a little closer for the water. They don't balance as nicely on the paddles. There we are.
I'm good, thanks. I'm gonna get out of the way.
You want a water?
No, I have some.
Okay.
Should be okay.
Granola bar. Okay. One for you.
Water as well.
I'm okay. I got one.
Wird's dir schon zu blöd mit uns, oder was?
Ja, letzte habe ich glaube ich nicht, war dann schon die 2 Jahre älter. Gell?
Weil die Tiere
Ja, nee, aber
Ja, klar.
dann war ich in Kontakt.
Ja, klar. Ja, ist immer so. In so einer Gruppe haut natürlich alles ab. Ah, ist trotzdem, ich finde es einfach cool hier draußen.
Mega, ist voll schön.
So there are two different types that look very similar. The one with the more slender of leaves is the swamp lily. Now the one that has the broader leaves is the string lily. So we're pretty sure that whoever named the string lily jumped the gun because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it's very easy to remember that way because. All right. And a water for you again? I'm good. You good on that? All right. Who else needs snacks? Anybody else snacks? Yes. Okie dokie.
Unless you have some ribs on you.
Some ribs. I have
good.
ribs, but you're not in. I'm kind of attached. We've been talking about the whole cannibalism with the.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I thought you were doing, psych moments.
There you are. Water for you? You good on water?
Ja, das ist ja kein Später nochmal. Sie waren nicht in der ersten Klasse.
Nee.
Kommt das Doral?
Der vierte oder der vierte?
Was ist vorhin Doral?
Meines von.
Meine Springs, genau.
Vom Ende der dritte oder vierte Klasse.
Genau, die kamen später und damals habe ich nicht so viel unterrichtet. Okay. Ja, ach, das ist ja was nicht. Okay, das war gut. Paul, wie lange bist du in Miami jetzt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Monday through Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys, whether or not you knew it, but you picked a great time to do this because after Christmas, this river is more like a theme park attraction than a natural. Oh, yeah. Christmas to New Year's is our busiest week of the year, and then after that, it's pretty non-stop all the way through Easter.
Oh, good too. We should remember that for if we ever want to come.
If you want to come out here, even if you bring your own stuff, best time of year to come out is early November through mid-December.
Good timing.
Haben wir sie genau richtig erwischt, ja?
Ja. Genau richtig erwischt. Chill out here, huh?
Januar bis September, wenn nicht so Juni bis September, wenn nicht so schön, dass
Juni, Juli,
Ja, nee, da tragen dich die Moskitos aus.
Miami schwärmen. Ja, klar.
Typically,
Nee, es ist echt schön. Also, ich sag ja so, so November bis April ist echt schön.
We will go up and
Naja.
In Deutschland bei meinen Freunden sage ich immer, das ist Cabrio-Wetter, ja?
Und dein erstes Mal?
Zwischen November und Mai.
Ja, ist auch.
Ansonsten kannst du offen fahren.
Okay.
No, you still see animals. Like I said, the gators and even the birds and stuff around here have become so acclimated to humans that
Naja, wir haben uns
But yeah, it's just a lot more enjoyable when you don't have, another guide telling you the same thing that you just heard. Earlier.
Da braucht man vielleicht nicht fragen, ob du noch Pläne hast, wieder nach Deutschland zu gehen, oder?
auch bei mir. Bei jeder Wahl denke ich, jetzt wird aber Zeit.
Ja, ich auch. Ich auch, wobei sie da drüben.
Am Tag vor der Wahl suche ich immer Jobs, Deutschlehrer in Spanien.
Wobei es ja genau, ich wollte gerade sagen, weil in Deutschland ist ja nicht viel besser, ne?
Ja, genau.
Wenn wir woanders sind.
Aber irgendwann gewöhnt man sich wieder an den Scheiß.
Ja. Kann man halt wieder 4 Jahre keine Nachrichten schauen.
The difference between a preserve and a park is that
Ich war jetzt letzte Woche in Deutschland, ich hatte schon Angst, dass meine ganze Familie wieder sagt,
in a park there's a lot
was
more
seid ihr so blöd?
regulations.
Aber nachdem in Deutschland ja auch alles kaputt geht.
Ja, genau.
Ich dachte, ihr könnt eigentlich könnt ihr nicht viel sagen.
Nee,
Airboats and ATVs in specific locations. So basically they set aside this land.
gestern so eine deutsche Komikerin gesehen, die ist Moslem, irgendwie aus, weiß es nicht mehr, Lebanon, glaube ich. Hat sie erzählt, ich bin zwischen 2 Kulturen aufgewachsen. Einer geht es nicht so gut finanziell und die werden auch immer konservativer und so. Das ist meine deutsche Seite.
Ja, kommt drauf an, wo du bist in Deutschland.
In Deutschland geht's nicht schlecht, die jammern auf hohem Niveau, aber politisch ist es auch nicht super.
Wo du bist in Deutschland.
Ja, ja. Ja, wobei die schlechteste Gegend in Deutschland ist ungefähr so wie West Miami. Ja. Ist nicht nobel, aber erschossen wirst du auch nicht. Ja.
When you're on your way, you gotta take 41 back.
Das Wetter ist überall
Just look
scheiße.
for the little
Ja.
airport sign. It's probably about halfway in between here and Miami. But yeah, just a little green sign with the airplane, and you'll just see a little tiny sign over there. That was supposed to be an airport that was the size of Miami back in the 70s.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
And was never built, or is there a little like
yeah, there's one runway. That's what we were just talking about when you guys are heading back
private
home.
planes go in and out, I guess?
Yeah, I think they just primarily use it for training purposes now. You know, I hear there's some good fishing and hiking around there. You're not supposed to go back there, but there's a gate, and there's really nobody ever back there. So I know quite a few people that go back there exploring.
Places you're not supposed to go are usually the best.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, everybody got their snacks done?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Good stuff.
Ryan, where are you originally from?
Well, I was born in Ohio, and I spent most of my childhood in Kansas.
Okay.
Then I came back to Ohio, graduated high school, and I knew damn well that I didn't want to live in Ohio or Kansas anymore. Ever since then, I was been traveling around. I went to high school. I graduated from Circleville High School.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm from Columbus.
Oh, so yeah, you know the pumpkin show. Yeah, I still got a few extended family members there, but my mom has moved to Georgia now, and my brother's down in the Miami area, so we all said, nope, we're good.
So what do you recommend for retirement? From whatever you've seen.
From whatever I've seen as far as retirement goes,
Yes.
I don't know, Bar Harbor's really nice. It's very expensive, but it's
very cold in the winter, right?
yeah, that's true. I don't spend winters there. I got to remember, I got to calculate that whole factor that I'm a snowbird. Arizona's really nice. I loved Arizona and New Mexico. Truth or Consequences, New Mexico was one of my favorite towns. Pretty quirky little town. They got a lot of natural hot springs there.
That sounds cool.
But it's the heat, is that tolerable in the summer?
Yeah, it's dry heat. You know, you don't have as much humidity. So, I mean, you're living in Miami at this point. You live there in the summer as well?
So maybe summer there and Miami in winter, because
Yeah, there you go.
it's pretty hard to
That's
beat
always
this.
the best.
Yeah,
Split
you
the time.
got it. Yeah, this time of year, this is the place to be for
Yeah.
sure.
Small places in different cities. So
That's
one
it.
big place in one.
That's where you do the home exchange, right, Michael?
Yeah.
That's where you do home exchange. 3 months here, 3 months there.
So, what all do you have planned after this little excursion? You heading back to Miami? Or
Lunch in Everglades City.
You're going to Everglades City?
Yeah.
What do you recommend?
I recommend Camellia Street
Yeah.
Grill.
That's mine too.
I think that's where we're going, no?
Yeah.
That's okay for a group like that?
Yeah, you know, they'll be fine. You might call, you know, when we get back to the landing, you might call ahead and just tell them you got a group of 11 coming in. But you know, it's Everglades City. is
Never
usually
gets
big
busy,
groups.
that's what I said, right?
There's always some big tour bus coming in or something. They'll make it happen. But yeah, Camellia Street right on the water, and they got great food. My personal favorite is the shrimp po' boy there. So
Okay. And we gotta go down to that old store, the museum thing.
Smallwood store.
If people haven't been there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Take it like a Polaroid picture.
Yeah, so the thing about gators during the day, very inactive. So I come out on my morning tour, scope it out, and then when I come back out on the afternoon tour, usually right in the same place.
They're still there.
Yep. Haven't gone more than an inch or so.
They're just trying to warm up, I guess, no?
Yeah, and like I said, those bumps on their back, they store energy, so trying to take advantage of the sunlight while they can.
So where you guys live down here? You in Everglades City or?
Yeah, yep. We got housing's part of our compensation, so we
okay.
got a house right behind the hotel that we work for.
Is it the Ivy House?
Yep. Yep, right behind the Ivy House. So.
We've rented, they have like a 3-bedroom house, I think. The Ivy, I mean, this is like 10 years ago, but I assume they still have it, that they rent out.
Oh, they might still.
We've been in the hotel, but we've also rented that house once with another family.
Yeah, I don't know that they rent the houses anymore because our house is a guide house.
Okay.
And it has 5 bedrooms. And then there is another house that I know the hotel owns, but there are maintenance staff that live there and stuff. So,
Yeah, so maybe they don't have them anymore for renting.
I think that all the housing.
I want to go take my boy fishing out here. Can you get live bait anywhere here?
So, what kind of bait are you looking for?
Like some pinfish or something, some small, you know, or even live shrimp would work. But
yeah, I know for a fact you can get some stuff like worms and probably shrimp at Everglades Fishing Company. It looks like a gas station. It's kind of before you get to the roundabout in town.
Okay. Oh, in town.
Yeah,
because back then they told us we have to go somewhere else to get it.
Did you go to?
But again, long time ago.
Oh,
you know,
okay, yeah.
Things changed.
I think that because I just got red worms there the other day, and I think that they've got other kinds of live bait. But the other option,
because we met a guy that had a bunch of little live fish, and he gave us one, and we immediately hooked a tarpon on it.
Oh wow! Now that's some luck. I wouldn't expect that every time.
It's like buying a lottery ticket.
Yeah, exactly. Hook the tarpon on the hook. Wow, that's awesome.
Right there on the bridge, you know.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, lots of gar swimming around out here. You don't see a whole lot else out here in the middle because obviously the fish are smart enough to hang out in the grass and the trees for the most part. There are, along with the gar, there's peacock bass out here. There's some redfish, lots of tilapia, and Mayan cichlids.
Is any of it edible or it's all food?
Yeah, no, out here, I would eat just about anything that came out of this river. Fakahatchee Strand State Preserve, which is right down the road from here, that's the primary water source for this area. I think even most of Naples too. So yeah, the water out here is really clean. It's
you can see how clear it is.
There's no industry.
Yeah.
There's no industry.
No fertilizer around here.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was kind of surprised about when I got here was just, you rarely see any trash floating out here. People are very respectful of this area, it seems like.
It's true. The only other place I saw that was in Fish Eating Creek, where you paddle for 4 hours without seeing a piece of trash.
Yeah.
Miami, you can make it for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I really didn't.
See, now I'm missing the airboats now that you say that.
Yeah.
You're missing them? Really?
You see how quiet
Too quiet here.
I always tell when tourists ask about airports, I said take it, but expect it like a roller coaster ride rather than seeing wildlife, because it's just too loud.
That's almost exactly what I tell people that ask about airplanes. If you like a roller coaster, go for it. If you look at the nature,
There's one gator by that place we used to go that they nailed to a pole underwater because he's always there. But other than that,
See the marshmallows,
And that's the thing. Yeah, that's another thing about those airboat companies is that if you see an alligator on those tours, you know that alligator is not just okay with that noise.
yeah.
They're definitely doing something to trigger that alligator to be there.
Was the Cucurtown thing?
Oh,
And the
Because we
guide
went
was
over there.
fun, and we saw some
very
stuff.
small.
A lot of it was they showed the history of it, you know, when they try, you know, where they can actually go with the airboat to begin
Right,
with. And
the
they,
island to the island.
exactly. You know, where they did a lot of dredging so they can go with the airboats.
There have been, last year there were 2 black bear sightings over on this hardwood hummock area.
That's cool.
So if you're not aware, there are black bear in the Everglades. They're not very big. They're typically not more than about 100 to 125 pounds, but they're here.
Still don't want to wrestle them.
Winners as far as beauty contest either, because as you can see, it's pretty aggressive out here. They get torn up a little bit running through the thickets.
What about panthers?
Panthers, unfortunately, are on a downward spiral. They last numbers that I heard, somewhere around 200 left in the state. And
Turtle on the right side, little guy.
Oh yeah.
What?
did you find
Little
turtle?
turtle, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But are they usually further north?
No. There are turtles, or yeah, there's tons of turtles here. There are panthers in the Everglades. Unfortunately, last year alone, there were 30 of them that got killed in automobile collisions.
Damn.
So yeah, most active at night, and
Well,
that's
that'd be
why you
awesome,
see
that.
so many signs saying panther crossing and stuff, because they're trying to make people aware that they are out here and slow down. But it's back in the early 2000s, they actually brought a few cats in from Texas that they were hoping to boost the gene pool, because there's so few of them that obviously when they do reproduce, their offspring are inbred and have birth defects and very weak. So they hoped that would work, but like I said, last I heard, the numbers are somewhere around 200. So kind of a losing battle at this point.
Too much construction everywhere.
Unlikely
Yeah,
you'll see
exactly.
one.
They're
Habitat. They
big
try-
cats have to
I
roam.
mean, they have found a few up in central Florida, but there's just, because of all the roads and stuff, it's hard for them.
I think-
The young males try to cross like I-4 and stuff like that, but it's just, yeah.
I think the bears are more up in central Florida
Yeah.
too, right? I've never seen one in the wild, but
Yeah, like I said, last year we saw 2. My wife actually saw one in Fakahatchee Strand State Preserve as well. So they
Okay.
are here, but they're not common as far as seeing them on a regular basis.
One just raided our trash can in our lake house.
oh really?
Yeah. We didn't see it, but
A
like
bear
the
or
bear-
raccoons do that, you know?
No, I was probably a bear, because they got in there and they're spread all over the place. So
Okay.
and they have come by before. So my wife has seen it coming at night, and it was like, what's that? It's like, yeah.
I know in California, obviously, you see it a lot.
I
Yeah.
will warn you, if you ever do decide to go out camping in the 10,000 Islands area, beware of the raccoons when
Oh,
it comes
yeah.
to your water. Not just your food, but they will go after water because there's no fresh water sources.
Wow.
And so if you bring out, a lot of people go camping just with milk jugs filled with water and stuff. They've been known to just bite right into the side to get to the water. So every time I go out camping, I always make sure I take something hard-sided, because you don't want to be without water in the...
No, for sure not.
Oh God, yeah. So I had a couple from the United Kingdom last night, and they were telling me about this stuff called smidge. Apparently it's like midges are a big thing in Scotland. Have you heard of midge?
Mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like no-see-ums apparently.
Yeah.
But they were wearing this stuff called smidge, and they said it was doing a really good job of repelling the mosquitoes as well as the no-see-ums. So I gotta look into this stuff. So yeah, it's funny that you guys, the majority of you are from Germany and you live in Miami, because primarily all of our guests in November and early December are from Europe.
Oh yeah?
The majority of our tour groups and the early part of the season. We see a lot of Germans because apparently the weather there is pretty atrocious.
Germans are everywhere at any time.
Yeah.
The weather's bad all the time, and they have a lot of vacation.
And money.
Well,
More than other people. They would never admit it, but
that's true.
they like to complain.
No.
No, Germans?
Oh oh, muss ich jetzt meine Kamera einfahren?
Oder?
Mal schauen. Nee, müsste gehen.
Well, and that's why it originated a non-native plant that was brought when the first settlers came as a decorative plant. And now the animals have incorporated it into their diet, so obviously they get rid of it and more. So that's one of the, I'm sure you guys are aware that they do controlled burns out here pretty frequently. That's one of the plants that they're trying to keep in check. Well, at this point, we're never going to help to send that work.
Ding, 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 ding. Schön, schön.
Like I said, nest in the same areas, and they have their special spots where they like to sunbathe.
Ist chill hier, oder?
Da können wir es aushalten, ne? Da ist noch ein Sixpack dabei. Ein cooler.
Stimmt, wäre keine schlechte Idee. gewesen.
Heaven. Heaven.
Aber das Witzige, in Nationalparks darfst du Alkohol trinken, aber in State Parks nicht. Ne?
Echt?
Ja. Also Florida zumindest.
Also hier ist verboten, ne?
Hier im Nationalpark darfst du Alkohol trinken.
Ah, okay.
In State Parks.
Ah, okay, okay.
Echt? Wir haben beim State Park meinen Geburtstag gefeiert, aber wir haben noch nie was getrunken. Ist wie alles in Miami. Kann sein, dass man es vielleicht nicht darf, but it's definitely not enforced. Nobody cares. Ja, weißt du, unser Bier auf der Bay, da beim Deering Field rausgepaddelt, Oliver.
Ja, ja.
Da finde ich es schön. Das ist immer noch einer meiner Lieblingsflecken in Miami zum Paddeln.
Ja, das ist von der Länge her genau so.
Durch die Mangroven und dann kommst du schön auf an die Bay raus. Das
Ja.
ist super.
Ich habe ja eh noch einen Grund, da wieder hinzupaddeln. Ich muss ja meine Sonnenbrille
Eine Sonnenbrille finden, genau, da können wir ja schauen.
noch verloren haben.
Genau, da schauen wir mal. Nehmen wir eine Taucherbrille mit und dann.
Unser Jüngster hat beim Rudern, der ist ja in der Rudermannschaft, ne, sein Handy verloren im Intracoastal.
Oh,
Das war dann auch nicht mehr zu finden.
tja, das ist suboptimal, aber meiner hat es auf dem Konzert verloren. Also nicht verloren, er sagt, es wurde ihm geklaut, aber ist ja gut möglich. Das Resultat ist ja das gleiche.
So we still got a good bit of time. We're going to go under the bridge and do a little exploring on the other side.
Under the bridge downtown.
We'll be able to make the mangroves. Like I said, typically we only do one side of the river or the other, but we will be able to see some cool epiphytes over there, some air plants.
That's where I drew some blood.
Boot fahren?
Ah,
Warst du mal Boot fahren?
letzte Woche.
Okay. Solo oder mit Philipp?
Weder noch. Mit Solange, Christoph und Philipps Eltern.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't actually worked for that.
Welche Marina ist das schon?
79th Street, it's called North Beach Marina.
Up in Bar Harbor with the Rangers. not only do I do ski kayaking up there, but we do backcountry, we do hiking course.
Wie lange brauchst du dahin normalerweise?
Hinfahren ist kein Problem, halbe Stunde. Was nervt dran ist, dass wir eigentlich mit dem Boot meistens wieder Richtung Süden fahren. Also da fährst du dann wieder ewig, bis du da ankommst.
Ja, wir hatten unseres früher in der Rickenbacker Marina. Und
Ist halt A, mittlerweile Warteliste und B, schweineteuer.
genau.
Neben der Rickenbacker ist die Marine Stadium Marina. Da sind wir seit 2,5 Jahren auf der Warteliste. 3 Jahre haben sie uns gesagt, also ich hoffe, weil das ist die billigste in Miami und ist von der Location her optimal für uns, weil wir normal immer irgendwo Virginia Key, zwischen Virginia und Fisher Island, ankern wir immer und gehen da schwimmen und so. Und da bist du ja in 5 Minuten von da aus, ja. So, jetzt kommt es immer drauf an, ja. Hälfte vom Jahr bist du in einer Viertelstunde da, die andere Hälfte dauert eine Stunde, wenn du überall Slow Speed hast. Jetzt gerade. Das nervt.
Wir haben einmal ein Ticket bekommen. Oder die Jill hat man irgendwie eine Mal so schnell gefahren ist, war direkt.
Ich fahre nur zu schnell, wenn vor mir auch 3 zu schnell fahren. Okay, dann können sie einen von denen aufhalten und ich bremse noch.